Hey, happy trading. Nothing better to be doing on a Wednesday than to be trading in these markets. And today we had another good day. We've been having good days ever since the holidays came and went. So let's go to our first trade. Our first trade's going to be Apple. Our first trade's JP, so Chase. Let's go to Chase. Let's go to the beginning. Uh, as you can see, we'll say Fab Four. We got an elephant right here. What we did is as soon as this bar was passed, the first bar was passed, we sold, got in here, it went down, it came up on us. That should have been one push. Let's put it in perspective. One push, two push, three push. And that probably would have been the sign to reverse. Looks like not. We have a nugget right there. That's a nice play. Our mistake was, of course, we got in and set us at the stop here, let it come back, let it go down. As soon as this crossed, sell more. I can tell myself it a million times, but I'm gonna have to do it eventually. It seems a little bit more obvious here on the 5 minute. And then you have it right here on the 15. It broke through the Haas right here. So let's draw up. It's probably going to have a line here. We could say that's a 20 MA halt. It was below it for a while, snuck in, came down, stopped, came up. Let's see what happens. Continues to go up, continues to go up. This line was about 229, and we're at 228. So 229 is like right here. That's what we thought. Uh, didn't quite make it there. But then we got the 20 MA hold on the other side. Color change. Get out. Play to there. Nope. Maybe that's a play. This is towards the end of the day, so God only knows what's going to happen. Be careful. Um, that's Chase. Again, could have improved. The trades that we made in Chase definitely could have been improved. And it looks like we only had one trade. Let's go to Visa. Visa, we would say, hypothetically, if this is the start, and we're gonna say the start, this is the first bar, we're looking at a Fab Four of this. So this is pretty much just avoid it, to be honest with you. We didn't do that. What we ended up doing is we saw this tail bar right here. dual tail bars, triple tail bars, and we assumed it was going to make a high move up. We bought in here, got out here. Good trade. Um, Not really a good trade, but a profitable trade. When you start replacing good with profitable, because it can be profitable and not good. So bad trade. And if you go over here and look at the 5 minutes, you can see why. Um, this was a wide state, and we got lucky, but it wasn't going to get by this one. This had all of this red. It got to all the way here, tried to climb it, and then it went. So the better play would have been the sell right with the stop right here. What we ended up doing, we tried to catch it later on in life. We got the off the elephant. We have, remember this, the build up, break, sold here, sold more here, got out here. Profitable trade, not a good trade. Should have at least one push, two push, maybe three, or if it started one push, two push, three, get out. Depending on where it started, but definitely could have been improved. Definitely could have been improved. Uh, if we keep this moving, we have position of power right here. So you could take this down. That would have been a nice trade. Seems like we have a level of support here. So you could, in theory, take this bull 180 up. Say one, two, three, three fingers spread, get out there, try to get to here. Doesn't look like that's happening, but it does look like we have a flat state with a flat 20 on the 2 minute. It breaks out of that state. Elephant bar off the 20 and almost got to the red like we were saying off of the bull 180. It took some time. And then this right here, you consider that an elephant bar off of the 200. One push, two push, three push. Get out. This is a pretty serious bar right here. You might want to jump in it. I'm not going to. And the main reason I didn't is just because, look, wide state, narrow state, wide state. So I figured we could play this position of power, sell, ride that down. Looks like a previous level of support. Two tail bars right there. Get in there. Boom. And that's 13. So not quite the end of the day. That was a nice move right there. To go from here. Now we got a bull 180 right there. Almost a bull 180. If you combine the two bars, you still get the bull 180. So let's go ahead and play it. Set the stop. Nope. And again, we could say this was building within here, broke it, off to the races. Right here is a buy. We were a little late. We bought here. We were doing the elephant bar. off the position of power. And looks like we got out here. We should have held the stop here, rode it, came back here, got out, or got out on the micro whale right there. This right here, we have three finger spread. We can say it took out that bar, right? This bar right here. What's the chances? This seems like a prior area of support. Oh, dang. Uh, Technical difficulties. Bear with me. Oh, what was that about? Um, Apple. I think we were on technical difficulties. We did Chase. I think we didn't do Visa, or we were on Visa. Let's see. The open. Yeah, we were on Visa. So let's just count Visa's done. If you look at the end of it, uh, remember the 200 is acting like a 20. That's not good. So you never know what may happen. You can still try to play it, but it's best when it's flat. So right here, one, two, micro whale right there. Let's go to Amazon. Amazon, we were in here. We saw it from the get-go. We saw this whole bar and we didn't buy it. For some reason, we just watched it the whole time. And then we waited until the very end, got in here, went past our maximum stop loss, went all the way back up here, gave a few pennies. But the buy is right here. You ever see a move off of a 200? That's a buy. Set the stop, let it ride. And let's see what that ended up doing at the end of the day. There, we get another. This is an area of support. As you can see with this, keep in mind we can play this previous of close like a flat 200. We get the color change right here. We get the whale. That's what you're looking for. You get the three finger, one, two, three, cut. Then we get another, play that up, which is hard to understand why you would play that up. Let's look at the 1130, 1130 here. So that makes more sense. It's, and then it got above the 20, and then you just rode the 20. So that, I think, or this one makes more sense now. Uh, and then it goes down at some point. Let's see what the elephant, that looks like an elephant bar. You set the stop. As you can tell, whale. So let's play it out. Woof. And as you can see, the whale in the 2 minute looks way better than the whale on the 5 minute. And that's why it's nice to combine the two and the five. You can get greater moves. So our next one is going to be Google. Let's go to the beginning. This was basically a trifecta. Off a flat 200, off flat 200, off a flat 200, and we got that type of move. A whale on the 15, so we know it goes whale and whale. So that's what we were trying to catch. As you can tell, we had a lot of mishaps in here. So let's go over what we did and why we did it. So this was the play. What we did is we saw, well, first we saw this takeout, so we knew it was going to come down, but we wanted to wait until we got that second one. The first one failed. The second one, we took it down to right here. That was a nice profitable trade. We put a lot in it. But of course, it seems as if we could have got more, you know. And we would have known you couldn't have got two more if you would have been looking at the 5 minute. We're looking at about 1920. What's the chances this is 1950? So 1920, uh, probably around that range where it wouldn't go lower. So then we see this, you'd play that, another whale. Where is it? Hard to see it. I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. Maybe that's it right there. Yep, that's it. So let's go back to what we were doing. So we bought here, right, off a flat 20. We were hoping that was going to be like this one. It wasn't. And we sold right here off of the 20, thinking that this would push down here. But what we've learned is when it's a trifecta, one, two, and way back there, it doesn't quite usually go down. I mean, it might flirt with the 50% when you cut the move, 1/3. So it might flirt here, but if it's a trifecta, it usually doesn't go down too much. So wait for the move late in the day off the 20. We got that move right here. We bought into it. We got out. Sickening. Just sickening. I'm telling you, it was sickening. As soon as we saw that thing take off, but it was a nice trade, and we were, P&L trading, unfortunately. Then we were looking away. Right here is a nice three finger spread. Probably take it out when it takes 50% of that bar just because it's so far away. And then what's the chances? I spy another whale. Another whale. It looks better on the 2 minute because you have the double tail bars. You'd see if you could play off that, but as you can tell, you can't. Goes down. Now it's trapped under here. You would play it down, and there's another whale. Just spotting all the whales today. And we tried to play this, but as you can see, it was under here, so we knew we could only play it to the top of there. So a nice little scalp or snipe, however you want to put it. And on to the next stock. We didn't trade the last 15 minutes, so there will be no action there. That's Google. Here's Uber. We'd say Fab Four, green bar. You'd buy into it. One, I don't know. I would have expected more out of that, to be quite honest, because of how close it is to this 200. But if we look over here, it's a wide space on the 5 minute. So we know leg one, leg two, can only expect too much. Looks like that ended up being another area of resistance. That's good to know. We would have said, hey, Wolverine claws, rips opposite direction. We're looking for about 50% of the move, or let's say 50% of that move. Wow. And as soon as it goes to about 50%, boom, off the 20. That's the playable mark. We thought it was going to be right here. Got out of that quickly. Just had a feeling that that was too close to this bar right here. So, but look, had I been right and got in this one, whale or Harry Potter, however you want to call it. Screen went dark on me. Oof, two times. Don't mention Harry Potter. The wizards are always listening. Uh, so we're here. Let's keep it moving. We have a bull 180. I guess we could say bull 180 with a wide space. You could look at that tail bar, but that's not a real like good indicator. But you could have took it and set the stop right there, and it would have worked. Turn over, turn over, turn over, get out. Let's see what that's looking like. End of the day, nope. Oof, see, you can be looking at that and not notice that that's the same. There, you would have the sell here, and you would have the sell here, and you could have profited on that move right there. Bull 180 right here, up top, when it takes out that right there. Three finger, one, two, three. What works on one time frame works on the other time frame. That's the beauty of having the 5, the 2, the 15. Sometimes I'll put the 1 over here and I'll make sure we're looking at the same stock. So Uber, for example. Let's go to the last stock that we traded for the day, Apple. Let's go to the first move. And we have this flat state, Fab 4. If you want to ignore the 200, you can, but I would just put it in there for now. First bar, you can only play off of this. So you play this. Tail bars, too many tail bars. Too many tail bars. Wait for the first 30 minutes since nothing is necessarily outside of this box. Could have played this. Probably could have played this. And you notice that this became resistance. Sometimes we can play that, remember, as the 200, position of power. Here's this elephant bar off the 20, position of power. Oof. That sucks. Bull 180. Go this way. Let's see if it stops in that same spot. No. And here's what I did. I saw this move right here as a green bar. These two red bars, I waited until we had a green bar takeout right here. So as soon as we had that green bar takeout, one, two, that's how I should have played it. I just got out here. I put a lot of lots on that. So that's just how I did it. Um, I was gonna say maybe you play that, but let's line that up. When do we get a move? That move, sell. Keep in mind this level of resistance. What's the chances? Bull 180. Play that up. Three finger spread. Set the stop. Touched it. Great trade. Keep in mind 200 is a area, not a solid line. Elephant off of the 200. You take that. Goes down. Three finger. Tail bar. Take tail bars. Dual tail bars, even better. And we tried to replicate what we did the first one with the green bar takeout. Didn't work. And it went down on us. Look at that. And that's a narrow state. Elephant bar off the narrow state. Color change. Well, end of the day. What's the chances? Hornets game tonight, big game. We beat the champions of last year last night or 2 nights ago. So we are on a roll. Got Don the Con the Don Knipple, Mellow Ball, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, and I don't know who's starting. It may be Musa, it may be PJ, it may be um Big K. Who knows? Hornets basketball. Deuces. Hope you learned something.